Alright guys, what's going on? Another solid day today. I didn't make too many mistakes. I worked on my entries pretty well. I only slipped up once on OSS, and I'll show you what happened. I got a couple live trades to show you, and overall just a super solid day. Going long, going short, going long again, going short again. Crazy stuff. My calls from the other day just rocketed. I think that was actually yesterday I bought them. I bought them at an average of 46 cents. I sold one today at $1.20, and they hit a high of $1.44. Like, that's nuts. That's why I love options. They can go up like crazy, and you can really control your risk. I took $100 worth of risk, and currently that's up however much it is. So that first sell was 161%. They were up over 200% at the highs. So options, crazy stuff. So I'm not sure what to start with. Let's start with the KPTI trade. KPTI got FDA approval. Absolutely crazy move from $6 up over $9. I only caught a little piece of it. Only a tiny piece. Now if you see this on the 5-second chart, you can see here my thought process. As it was coming down, I bought 500 shares. I thought we were going to hold 750. We dropped 11-12 cents. And then we started to come back up, and as that momentum started to come back up and the bids were raising and raising, I bought in for the break of the highs at the time of 788, 789 to 1,000 shares, and then I just sold the whole thing as it broke, and right there I made 268 just like that. Well, it wasn't just like that. It's like a minute. So this is the 1 minute chart. That's why the 1 minute doesn't make nearly as much sense. I'm pretty sure I have that video. Let me go over this one.
Alright, some up.
Okay, let's relax with that. Let me turn off my speakers to start. Let's actually listen to this live, and we'll see what I say. We'll see what I do here. The SPY just keeps ripping. I'm selling on the way up towards 298. Trying to do a bunch of things right now. So let's try and get a quick trade right here on KPTI. So it on halts. If it comes back down to, it's not coming back down, is it? Oh my god, look at it squeeze. Look at it go. I can't buy this. Maybe towards like $7, but I'm only going to use 500 shares if I do that too. There was one little scalp trade in there. It's just so risky. I don't want to take it right here. This is insane. 787 looks like it's topping out again. It should drop here, but someone is now stacking up the bid. Let's try to get in a little bit at 50. 51, 53. Oh, I almost... Okay, I'm in at 754. Might have been a little bit early. We'll see if the 40s hold. 748, 744. This is stupid, this stock. So the high, what's the high? 789. Added for the scalp over 789, and I'm all out at 797. This is so...
Autofilled.
I didn't like that. So, if you look on the 5-second, you can see I kind of caught that local bottom. It shoved through 750, and I gave it some room by only taking 500 shares. So I gave it 20 cents a room and it moved 15 cents. I was kind of close. But as the momentum was shifting and it was coming back up, I added more just for the breakout, and then I sold the whole thing at $7.97, and it made it up to $7.25. That could have been a cool. So that was the live trade there. Pretty awesome trade. I mean, I wouldn't have really changed anything differently. I think I could have gotten that ad in a little bit earlier. This one right here, and maybe made an extra $100 on that, but that was the easiest trade for me by far on that, and I didn't really get a pullback. This was the pullback to 801 for sure, but it wasn't on the 1 minute. It was just, this wasn't enough for me. I just wasn't comfortable with this. I thought on this candle we would make it all the way back down, but we didn't make it quite back down. I was going to rebuy, but I didn't there. So that was the end of that trade. I didn't touch the stock after that. So all said and done, pretty good trade. I just got stopped out of the last long that I took on the SPY, but I did take additional 300 calls for Monday. I picked those up at 26 cents. They're already down to 22 cents. I'm not too worried about that. What else do I have? The MES. Let's show what I did on the SPY, because the SPY trades were absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So I thought on the SPY, let's go to the SPY. We were going to come down to 296.92. Yesterday's highs, this high right here, this high right here. I thought we were going to bust through 297, come into this pocket, and then rip. But what happened was I was fighting it. I said, in here, that's not going to happen, right? You know, we're going to slam down. This is just trapping people, and then we're going to move up. But I was wrong, right? So I stopped out, which is what saved me. So I got short here. I tripled my size right here. 15 contracts. I was looking for that move down here where I was going to long it. I was going to do what I did here and then ride it all the way up. And that would have been such a sick trade. But it didn't work out the way I thought it would, and I left room for me to be wrong. I said, if this breaks to the upside, I'm going to be wrong, and this is going to rip. So I had my stop in, but I had my stop to not only cover the position, but to buy the same position. So a buy of 30 contracts to cover my short and go long 15 contracts. So that happened, and then the trade immediately started working out, kind of as per my plan. I was never really down on this position that much, just very, very briefly, and then I added to 20 as it dipped, and then it started ripping up. I was selling at this first target right here. I think I was only selling again in small increments. Yes, 2, 1, 2, 5, 1. So 2, 1, 2. I sold 5 in here. I was just selling on the way up as the SPY was hitting 298. And then as the SPY double topped at 298, I sold the last one and I went short. And then just there, I covered it and I went long. And then I just got stopped out of the long right here. I had the stop a little too tight, so all my stop placements were beautiful except for this one. So I just got stopped out of that long as the SPY came under 270, but this is a beautiful buy. This is an absolutely beautiful buy for a rip in the future. Now, I bought those calls a little bit early, so I could have picked them up at 22 cents, but I got them at 26 cents. So I have 5 of them. The max I can lose is $105 on, that's 20% of today's profits. Perfectly acceptable. That's how you hold a piece. You're always exposed to the move to the upside. So I might actually end up selling this call, because I also have the ones that I bought yesterday. I have one left. I might sell this if it drops, so I'm just going to put in a stop of this at 113. So I don't want to hold this overnight. I want to hold the 26-cent ones overnight and into Monday. So awesome day. I'm showing improvement. I'm showing improvement with my entries. OSS I didn't show. What happened here was it broke out at 933, 934 into this resistance zone. As it came down into support, I bought 1,000 shares. I sold 500 up into those resistance levels, and then I finally stopped out for the last 500 here. I was up $60, and then I was down. This is where my entry needs work. You see, I was buying on this trend line, and it started to work out, but there was no confirmation in here. We were under the level. We hadn't confirmed over it, so the probability of this trade working out was much lower, but I took it anyways, and I ended up losing about $100. So you could say that's okay, but certainly was a lower probability setup, and I stopped out at the bottom here, and it ended up going lower, but maybe I should have had my stop a little bit higher. So that was today, and of course the SPY is going to work out without me. I got stopped out of that long right here. My stop placement still needs work. It's getting better, but it still needs work. I'm afraid of giving up these profits, which is good, but you know, that's not the point. The point is when you take the trade, you have to accept the risk, regardless of your P&L. I'm trading the P&L when I do that. So it's good that I took less size. I only took 5 contracts, so I lost probably $30 or something, $40, but that's not accepting the risk of the trade. The risk of that trade was $50, and I wouldn't have gotten stopped out if I had accepted the risk. So that was that. I say that every time, at the end of every video. That was that. So that was that, and we will see you guys not tomorrow, on Friday. I assume I'll be up. I'll be watching the markets. I'll probably trade. So I'll see you then. Have a good Independence Day or whatever the hell you guys are celebrating tomorrow. Again, I'm in Canada, so whatever. The market's closed, so I'm not going to be doing anything. But it's not my holiday, it's yours. Alright, peace!